the cabin is a little run down, to be honest. You can see hundreds of thousands of shoes and feet that were on there already. The magazines are so dirty. I cannot read the letters in that magazine. I can only read viruses and bacteria and germs. I paid 40 euros for this flight, so... And hello from this Thai Airways Boeing 777, part of a quite big trip all over Asia with quite interesting airlines such as ANA The Room, Cathay Pacific Business Class, Cathay Pacific Economy Class, Singapore Airlines Business and First Class, Garuda Indonesia Business Class, and quite a lot more. Anyway, this is quite a special flight because between Phuket and Bangkok there's almost exclusively narrow-body planes flying now. Before the big crisis of the airline and before the big COVID crisis, there were always or mostly wide-body planes flying between Phuket and Bangkok with Thai Airways. That was the Boeing 777, the Boeing 747 Jumbo Jet, and the Airbus A330. So this flight is quite special. I'm looking forward now. Let's go to Bangkok in about 1 hour and 15 minutes on Thai Airways Boeing 777 Economy Class. Thai Airways can look back at a pretty proud history, but also at pretty proud crises. And the pinnacle of that took place around the start of the COVID crisis, but it had nothing to do really with the COVID crisis because it was an almost insolvency because of incompetence inside the company. That's actually how it was. We have to be honest. Everybody knew that actually Thai Airways is a company where you can get a job if you know the right people, if you have family relations and family connections, and that was actually the case in all levels of the airline inside the company. And of course, no matter if airline or another company, if that happens, it's not good for the company and there cannot be a good end. So in the end, however, money was shifted like big style, and the company got saved, but of course with lots of really very big marks. This Boeing 777 has two cabin classes, and that's Premium Economy and Economy here. Well, Premium Economy is actually what used to be a really old business class. So this is really actually three generations behind now. So it's just justified that they just said it as a Premium Economy. That's actually quite smart, to be honest, because it cannot be sold as business class. It's just too old for that. And other than that, the cabin is a little run down, to be honest. I mean, the seats are actually nice, but you can see the carpet really needs a change. You have to change this kind of carpet. It's just maybe not dirty, but you can see hundreds of thousands of shoes and feet that were on there already. Other than that, the seat is actually quite comfortable. It's good sitting feeling. Then you have a monitor screen. It's not very bright and it's an old flight show, but it's there, you know. Then you have remote control here for the monitor screen, and this is economy class, not business class, so for that it's really nice. The tray is also good. There's also a cup holder in the tray, so all good. So we're still climbing, and takeoff and also landing in Phuket is really very beautiful, especially if there's no clouds, of course. Now we're in monsoon season and of course there's more clouds. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that it's so nice about this seat here that there's still some footrests. It makes such a big difference, and I don't know why so many airlines don't think about it. Here there's the footrest. It's so much better for your blood circulation, especially on longer flights, and it's also so much more comfortable. And also these older planes have a much better legroom. There's a really good seat pitch from one row to the next one that the old planes of Thai Airways still have, the newer ones not so much, and the competition not at all, especially when we look at Europe or United States. There's really not much legroom compared to this. And when we talk about competition and footrests, you should maybe check out my recent report about Lufthansa legless cabins. That's really very interesting because that's the very new Lufthansa cabin that puts the airline into a new modern era, while it was quite antique already before. And what they also missed there is just having footrests for economy class and even for premium economy class. And I just wonder how many times the people who design those seats for economy class, premium economy class, or decide for those seats, how often they really go on long-haul trips themselves in economy class and premium economy class so they don't have footrests. I just really don't understand it. It's all white clouds outside, but they give out this year now a little paper shopping bag with food inside, and it's also pretty heavy, so that's quite promising. Let's take a look. In my welcome speech, I said already how lucky we are to be on this wide body plane on this route, because normally they have only narrow body planes. And also for this flight there was actually an Airbus A320 scheduled. Anyway, I researched a little on what routes this plane was in the past days, and it was not just domestic routes, not at all. It was really international routes, not very long haul routes, but quite far ones. The farthest was actually Medina, but then also some routes in China and also Singapore and like that. So they do sell the seats of this plane for international flights, and I don't worry much about this seat here because it's still really very comfortable, especially the legroom is really nice. But when it comes to business class, you should maybe really check if you're gonna be on this kind of plane or not, because if you have the choice, you should really try to be on one of the modern planes of Thai Airways. For example, to Singapore, there's a big choice of planes that you can go on. They have really nice and modern cabins, or you just go to the competition because you don't want to sit in the museum style business class of this very plane here. If you like this and the well over 100 flight and travel reports on the two Traversing Flight channels, then please give me a thumbs up, comment on the video and subscribe to the channel with the little bell next to it to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the exciting videos that are released here. You'll help the channel with all its free content to grow and become more visible. Keep looking around Traversing Fly. There's for sure a few more reports that are just the right ones for you. It's so great to have you here. Every time I fly Thai Airways domestically, I get a little melancholic because most of you probably know that almost all my relatives have been living in Thailand for over 4 decades. So I really know Thailand not as a tourist destination, but as a second home since childhood. And it's been a great time flying Thai Airways in the past. They used to have the Boeing 747 a few times per day between Phuket and Bangkok, and also Bangkok and Chiang Mai. So that was always a really great experience. And you could book, of course, not only economy class but also business class and sit in first class for the business class flight, because they sold the first class seats also as business class. So you could really sit in the nose of the Boeing 747 jumbo jet and enjoy it big time. And I did. There's a very nice report about the Boeing 747 when I sit in the nose of the jumbo jet between Phuket and Bangkok. Really golden times. 50 minutes after takeoff in Phuket, we are already descending into Bangkok. Now, how was this flight? We have to really separate here long haul and short haul, business class and economy class, because of course on short haul flight this is luxury. In economy class you have this very nice ample legroom, you have your footrests, so that's really nice. However, normally you have a small Airbus A320 on this route, and that's actually a former Thai Smile airplane, so that's the former low-cost carrier of Thai Airways, and there's a different story. You have a really very tight legroom. It's very different from this year. But what was really gross and really not nice at all, that was not only the super used carpet on the floor, but the magazines. The magazines are so dirty. I cannot read the letters in that magazine. I can only read viruses and bacteria and germs of all kinds of Asian countries of the last 3 months. So that's what I see when I see this magazine. I touched it and then I couldn't use this hand anymore until I used the bathroom 30 minutes later. That's how gross it is. And I just don't know why they do that. Either a nice magazine or none, but not that. Then of course when you look at the business class, I'm pretty shocked that they sell that kind of seat on international routes. That's really not okay. If you have booked on a flight like this, on this plane, on international route, you really spend your money not wisely. Better buy an economy class ticket. It's so much better value. Other than that, I mean, you get free luggage here in economy class, free checked luggage, free carry-on luggage. Then there was some service here on board, some snacks, some coffee. I paid 40 euros for this flight, so. And here we are in Bangkok, Suvarnabhumi, and during the COVID crisis you could see all those beautiful huge Thai Airways planes parked like on a plane cemetery. I hope you really enjoyed this report. If yes, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. There's lots of exciting airline and also destination reports waiting for you, and one of those might be this one here. So check it out right away and see you there here at Travel Sing Fly.